Welcome to this VOR approach tutorial for the Airbus A320 family. Final APP can be used to fly it on managed mode as a 3D approach, but today we'll use the TRACK FPA method. Start by setting up the MCDU. Select the right approach. Check that the glide path angle and the final track match the chart. In this case, there is a 4-degree offset with the runway. Select the VOR and final track as a backup. Make sure approach phase is activated and set the arrival data. As we are flying this approach as 2D, add 50 feet to the minimums. Don't forget to set the go around altitude. Identify the DME distance to the VOR for the final descent point. In this case, we should start the descent at 6.8 nautical miles. Also, check the platform altitude and the local QNH. As we are flying this approach as 2D, the aircraft must be fully configured before starting the final descent. Perform the flows as normal, deploying flaps, gear, lights and arming the spoilers. In this case, we will use manual braking. Change the autopilot mode to TRACK FPA. Set the final track and the glide path angle as indicated on the chart. Monitor the DME distance to the VOR. As we checked before, we'll wait until 6.8 DME. As you descend, cross-check your distance and altitude with the charts gates to make corrections as necessary. If you are low, decrease the FPA angle. If you are high, increase it. Some Airbus aircraft are fitted with a VDEV indicator, also known as brick. This shows your position in reference to the glide path calculated by the FMGC. When reaching the final descent point, activate FPA mode and start the descent. Normally, the pilot monitoring is the one cross-checking the gates and telling the pilot flying the deviation. In this case, we are 20 feet above the profile, which is acceptable. The correct course of action here would be to increase the FPA angle to 3.1 or 3.2 and check again at the next gate. This small deviation can also be detected by looking at the brick. Contrary to an ILS glide slope, the sensitivity of the brick doesn't change as we get closer to the runway, so the same indication becomes more dangerous as we approach the ground. If we wanted, we could fly this approach in full managed mode or final APP. Check out my RNP approach tutorial to learn how to do it. This approach has an offset angle, so a final turn is required. Disconnect the autopilot and fly manually to the runway, using the PAPI lights as reference for your height. A 700 feet per minute descend rate is usually the sweet spot.
100 above. Minimum.
At 30 feet over the
300.
runway, pull gently to flare and set thrust idle. As you touch down, the spoilers will automatically deploy.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions.